Join me right now on the show, Rick Ice Cold Alchin. He'll be fighting on August 17th at DFC 6 in the main event versus Shane Mitchell for the middleweight title. What's going on, Rick?
Not too much, mate. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. It looks like you're dressed for success right now. Where are you at?
I'm just at work. Security guard at a shopping center.
Yeah, I appreciate the time, man, because you gotta make your money, right?
That's right. That's right. So good.
The first thing I want to get into is your last fight. You know, late 2017, you faced Brogan Anderson, and unfortunately, you broke your leg when your opponent checked your kick. Could you talk about the injury and how the recovery went?
Yeah. So it was a broken tibia and fibia, and for a while I was laid up in bed for about just under 2 months. And I still trained in that time. I every day I still went to the gym and just done some weights and done what I could and kept active. And yeah, slowly I've been getting back into competition. I've done powerlifting competitions since then and jiu-jitsu comps. And yeah, the natural progression of things is to get back to what I love and to get back to the MMA.
It's incredible how fast your progression has been, because most of the other fighters that have kind of sustained a similar injury, they took more than a year away from anything, and it took them a long time. What allowed you to do this?
I guess it's just mindset, mate. Like, I don't feel like very happy with myself if I'm not achieving things athletically. So I just pushed it, and I think probably the fact that I did test it and put some weight behind it and stuff like that probably did force it to heal a bit quicker, you know. Yeah, but as you said, a lot of people don't even come back from it. Tyrone Spong, he never came back from that injury, so he just went on to a few boxing fights, I think.
You spent a lot of time at welterweight, but in recent history, you have been competing at middleweight. What is the reasoning for jumping up a weight class?
Just as I was getting older, I was getting heavier, and the weight class was getting harder and harder to make. And I feel like I'll do my best work when I'm less depleted from the weight cut. So I just thought it was time to go up, because I started professional MMA when I was 19 and I'm 28 now. So, you know, it was a lot easier to make the weight when I was 19 than it is now.
What physical differences do you feel at middleweight?
Oh yeah, I'm a lot stronger, and I'm going to be a lot fitter too, just because, you know, I was always fit, but the weight cut was a bit extensive. So without that slowing me down, you'll see a lot more explosiveness and cardio from me.
At Diamondback Fighting Championship 6, you'll be facing Shane Mitchell, the most dominant fighter in the promotion. What do you bring to the table that his past opponents have not?
For sure, better jiu-jitsu than anyone in the past. I don't think anyone's had my level of jiu-jitsu. I don't know if any of them were black belts, and if they were, they probably didn't compete at the level I did. I'm going to be stronger than any of them, that's for sure. I'm going to punch harder than any of them. Like, even my worst enemy would have to concede those things.
Having such a high level of jiu-jitsu, your game is, you know, so tight. But additionally, you have that strength. How much of a advantage is it to have the strength on top of the skill on the ground?
Yeah, it helps, you know. I like to think that my game isn't based on strength. Like, I started jiu-jitsu when I was 16 years old, so everyone was stronger than me then. And, you know, when you build your game from that age and you know, when you're just a kid, you know, you get very technical. And, yeah, no, I don't think it's based around my strength. There's a lot of guys that are strong. Like the last guy that I fought, Jeff King, you know, look how strong he was. And he also fought Shane Mitchell. And, you know, I just out-grappled him, and that was not to do with strength, you know. There's no way you're going to out-strength a guy like that.
This is the first 5-round fight you are prepping for, am I correct?
No, I had one other 5-round fight, which I finished in 18 seconds. I knocked the guy out in 18 seconds. I'm not sure if the fight with Brogan was supposed to be a 5-round fight. I know that was a title fight as well. But yeah, no, it is new to me fighting that long. I never fought 5 rounds before, but yeah, I've been preparing accordingly.
What changes have you made to your training camp to last if necessary?
Yeah, just running longer instead of maybe doing a 10K run a little bit further than that. More rounds. There's no days where you do 3 rounds of sparring. It's always 5 rounds plus. So, yeah, just putting in the extra work.
Who has been your main training partners for this camp and the coaches that you've been working with?
So I'm working with Paul Daniel from Fight Brothers Gym in Newcastle, and my longtime coach, Noel Magnus. My jiu-jitsu coach is Tiago Ferreira. We've got a striking coach, Mick Cavers from Triple Eight Muay Thai. As far as sparring partners go, I've just been doing some work with Joel Viggers, who just fought for the Urban welterweight title. And then some other guys like Calm Morris, and another one is fought Damian Brown for the lightweight title. Ben Games, I've been doing a little bit with Ben Games as well. So those are 3 of the main guys, and then obviously, working heaps of jiu-jitsu guys and striking guys in those aspects.
On August 17th, in the main event, how do you see this fight playing out against Shane Mitchell?
Shane's tough. As far as his strengths go, he's hard to put away, and I think his main strength is just his will to win. He's explosive, and he's just going to keep coming and keep coming. But I'll put him away. I'll put a lot of guys away who'd never been put away before, and happen one way or the other.
For most of your career, you've been submitting your opponents, but you have shown your ability to finish with strikes. What can you attribute that to?
I don't know. A lot of the time early in my career when I win with submission, at least some of the time I'll rock the guy and hurt the guy, and then they'll try and shoot and I end up submitting them. Whereas the knockouts more recently, they've just been like clear-cut knockout. They didn't get a chance to do any of that. So, people didn't know about my power until recently, where it's always been there, But I'm not sure why so much. My power has always been there, but it's just been coming out more recently in the fights.
I know you do a lot of powerlifting. Could it be that?
But I've always done that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting stronger as time goes on, so it could be a part to do with that. I believe in hitting the heavy bag, but I believe that develops a lot of punching power. I do a lot of that.
Even though you're still young, you are a veteran of Australian MMA. What goals have you set out for yourself for the rest of your career?
Yeah, I don't so much look at it like that. Every fight is my biggest fight. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So every fight I have, I just focus on that. And, I have some stuff I'd like to do. I'd love to fight overseas. Everyone wants to fight in UFC. But, I don't even look at that because, as far as I'm concerned, the next day is not going to be there after I fight Shane Mitchell. That is what I'm concerned with.
All right, August 17th, Diamondback Fighting Championship 6 main event. Rick Alchin will face the champion, Shane Mitchell, for the middleweight title. Thank you for your time, Rick, and good luck on your fight, man.
Thanks, buddy. See you next time.
Kumite Radio is brought to you by Supplement Warfare. Visit their website, supplementwarfare.com.au, for the best quality supplements on the planet. Use coupon code Kumite Radio at checkout to get 10% off of all orders. If you're trying to get sexy for the summer, if you're just trying to flex on fools, visit supplementwarfare.com.au for the best supplements in the world. Use coupon code Kumite Radio at checkout to get 10% off and support the podcast.